300 yards. AFC Championship game appearance. He's got to keep pace. Justin Herbert has to keep pace with Peyton Manning.
Justin Herbert is your Trevor Lawrence.
Except much better?
No.
Not better than Trevor Lawrence?
He's better than Trevor Lawrence.
He's definitely got more of a leg to stand on right now.
So that was the very end. And then it cuts into Colin Cowherd's show. And when I was trying to, set up for Colin's show, I see that. I hear that conversation and I go, wow. Wow. Why do people think that Justin Herbert is not a great quarterback? Even if you want to talk about the failed playoff moments, which I've already defended and broke down, so we're not going to do that here. Why would we consider him like so bottom of the barrel when he's obviously has already had so much success in the NFL? Not only looks great on film, like I don't even want to go through the stats because I've been doing that a lot recently, but Trevor Lawrence, who I actually think is going to be a lot better this year, by the way, a lot better. I like what they're doing. I like what the Jags are doing, the coaching hire, the draft, etc. But put that all aside. Last season, Trevor Lawrence was missing like basic elementary throws. Like he was fundamentally playing poorly. Not just coaching issues, not just player roster construction, all that. Like he individually was legitimately playing poorly. To the point where I was watching one game, I forget which Jags game it was. They even called it out on the broadcast. He was just like, if you're gonna be an NFL quarterback, like these are the throws you gotta make. Like he was talking about Trevor like he was essentially a rookie. And it was just like, and I think during the game they were pretty much just like what's broken here? Like what's going on? There is a difference when a quarterback is really great, but he has a bad coach, bad team. You still see a lot there, and that's what we saw with Justin Herbert. Like in the years that his roster's banged up or just not good, weird, bizarre coaching, you still see Justin Herbert like just doing what he can. And that's why I always compare it to like a high school team that's clearly not good, but the quarterback's like the best athlete and is good enough, and you just see him just doing anything he can to just try to get a win. Like that is what we consistently saw out of Justin Herbert throughout his career in the years that like there wasn't a support system around him. And when he did have good coaching or a good enough roster, he played awesome and amazing. So that's where I'm like, it's so crazy to me. I mean, it really is. And to be fair, like we can defend Trevor Lawrence actually for his, for the way how his career has unfolded, because the Jacksonville Jaguars certainly didn't do a great job of supporting him either. But like Doug Peterson is a good enough coach. I don't think Doug Peterson's like this amazing coach. I don't think he's this great coach. He's not Staley, okay? And at least he's offensive minded. And Doug Peterson did win a Super Bowl. Doug Peterson did have success. Again, I'm not trying to paint the picture that Doug Peterson's like sneaky, like this like amazing, awesome coach, but like he's been around for a really long time. Okay, he's been around. He knows a thing or two. And at the minimum, Doug Peterson knows how to be at least like a quarterback coach. Like at a minimum, if you want to question the way he runs an offense, his play calling, the way he runs a team, all of that stuff is fair game. But at a minimum, just being like a quarterback coach, he can do that. Okay, he can establish that relationship. So when you see someone who's not only failing just in terms of how the games are unfolding, but then how you're playing in a vacuum, regardless of the game plan, regardless of if someone's open, not O-line, bad O-line, run game, bad run game. You're like, And that's kind of the situation with, and believe me, I think Trevor Lawrence is definitely better than, AR with the Colts. But again, when you're talking about some of these vacuum plays, when it's just like, you have time, you have space around you, like it's just like a typical, again, I look at it like through, because a lot of people play Madden, I don't, but it's just like typically like you call hike, you hit X, whatever button you hit these days, and it's just like it's just all standard, right? You have one wide receiver running this way, you have your one tight end running across this way, and it's just all very basic, it's all very elementary. It's just like it's all good. You got some time in the pocket. You don't got 10 seconds, but like you got some time. It's just, here you go. You're calling hike, and you see it come up where it's like square, triangle, circle, and it's like, all right, which button are you gonna hit? Like who's open? What do you got? You don't even have to know anything about football, right? You just know like, oh, okay, I just hit triangle, and it's gonna throw the ball to that guy. And it's just like, can you just do that? And it's just like, I saw not successes even in that moment. It was like triangle was open, but for some reason you still hit square. And like triangle was clearly open. Why are you missing that? Or okay, you hit triangle, but it was not a good throw. And that's what I mean like when we're talking about like in a vacuum, individually. You can make an argument that someone, and to kind of stick with the weird Madden analogy, you can say like, okay, someone like a Trevor Lawrence, Doug Peterson didn't do a good enough job of highlighting triangle. Okay, throw to triangle, and he didn't do a good enough job of making that clear for him. Justin Herbert has dealt with so much nonsense, and yet consistently delivers accurate balls, no matter who's his coach. The type of plays he has to do, like he has the fundamentals taken care of. He's got the baseline taken care of. The rest is not in his control. It is coaching. It is roster. It is situational play calling, establishing a run game. Like these things do matter, undeniably. So it's like I just don't get how we can compare Justin Herbert to someone like Trevor Lawrence, and make no mistake about it, like no matter what you think of Trevor Lawrence, like they think Trevor Lawrence is just not good. Like I actually have a higher view of Trevor Lawrence, so they're looking at him as pretty much like Justin Herbert's like a Gardner Minshew. Yeah, he had a stretch of some pretty nice games, like cool. And I think Nick Wright kind of convinced them that okay, the stats where it's like the first to do this, the most in the first 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, like all the different variations they have of there is just like, well, a lot of these other quarterbacks didn't play year one, and Patrick Mahomes sat for a year, and Aaron Rodgers sat for, whatever. And like, so it's just like, and there's some validity to that to a degree, but it still doesn't take away the success that he's had and how he's been able to accomplish it. And with a team, he's had 3 head coaches throughout his career. 3 head coaches. That's pretty wild. I don't understand why people don't understand that coaching in the NFL is so insanely important. And not only is it so insanely important, but if you have 3 different head coaches, that means your team is in disarray. That means something is fundamentally wrong with your franchise. It's just, it's seriously, it's just that straightforward. I mean, even something like the Dallas Cowboys, who in the last, I don't know the exact time frame, but essentially like Dak's entire career, he's had 2 coaches, but for long stretches. And Jason Garrett, I don't know exactly how long he coached with Romo. I forget off the exact top of my head, but like legit stretches of time. And say what you will about the Cowboys, and the Cowboys certainly don't do enough to like finally get over that finish line, but they are consistently competitive. They are at least consistently, in the hunt, fighting for a division, in the playoffs, putting up pretty good, win-loss records. Like there is some success, and even a coaching hire like a Mike McCarthy is still like you could still be confident. This is a grown up. This is someone who's going to be able to get the job done. And the Chargers only did that one time with Justin Herbert, and that was with Harbaugh, and that was last year. And it was with a new O-line, new coordinators, especially on defense. Not a lot of weapons to work with, no true run game, and they were really successful. They had a lot of success. Like the moment he got just even stability, not even a great roster, not even like an absolute offensive genius who just makes everything easy for his quarterbacks, like not, who's so innovative and imaginative, like not even that, but he just got stability. Like just stability. The bare minimum that you should build for your franchise. Just stability. Just some grown-ups that know what to do, that know how to talk to players, that know how to run offenses and defenses, that know how to delegate to the other grown-ups that you're working with, the other coaches on the coaching staff. Talking to the doctors, the physical therapist, the owner, the GM, like all of the other stuff that's just not X's and O's. For 1 year, he got an actual grown-up, and it was the most stable, consistent year. And no one was saying that roster was amazing, awesome, great. Imagine now if you have stability, and now we go with the charge and say, this is a great roster. Oh yeah, man, this is like a top 8, top 7, top 5, top 4, top 3, whatever number you want to settle on roster. What do you think Justin Herbert's going to do then? Yeah, just wait and see. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Justin Herbert being worse than Trevor Lawrence, or just even being in that same category? Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of my triangle, square, circle, Madden analogy with Trevor Lawrence? I'd like to know that too. But let me know in the comments below. I'll read every single comment. So whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We're building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.